Yeah, my name is Tim. I'm currently manager of London Seawood Reserves. Been at the club since May 2022. So it was their last season, and obviously going into this season now. I manage a squad of 20 players. The season, and so we've got a few members of staff working alongside myself, such as you and Adam, and we've got a great team. I think we managed to get a lot of the players, but yeah, that's me.
Excellent. So, can you talk about maybe some of the problems or issues that you're having?
Yeah, I think working with the reserve side, you will naturally have a lot more of a younger age group that you'll find yourself working with, and I think younger players tend to sort of require a lot more guidance through, making mistakes on the pitch and sort of recovering from those, not so much physically but more so mentally. And I think there was, in terms of a few common themes, there was, just sort of making mistakes in the game and losing focus and attention for the rest of the game, or whatever was left in the game after making a mistake. And that was one of the common themes. I think there was a lot of communication problems at times, in terms of probably managing emotions on the pitch and then trying to stay calm and still in touch with the rest of the team throughout the game. I think those two were the main themes that we were sort of facing last season, before Kay joined.
And so tell us a bit, what did it feel like for you as the manager trying to solve that problem? Was there any frustration, or maybe not knowing what to do, or what was?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was frustration. It's something that's part of my job, I suppose, and something that is expected to be, part of development of younger players, I suppose. So it wasn't so much frustration. It was, I think, finding an effective way of dealing with it or working with it, and helping players improve on it. And sometimes, to be honest, it's just, there's someone who's just more of an expert in that area and they will have better ways of dealing with it. I think the main difference that you've made was you've installed long-term solutions for players in their minds. I could aid that, me or any of the other coaches could aid them short term and help them get over a mistake until it happens again next week, support them throughout the weekly cycle. And I think the difference that you've made is you've given them the tools to deal with those, long term. Just deal with them long term and make sure they don't come back, or if they come back, they already know how to deal with them before raising it with anyone.
Yeah, that's true. That's the skills, obviously, the techniques that I teach them and go through them, do work there long term, like you say, and then they've got them going forward. So was there a particular moment, or did you see, was there a particular moment when you could see the techniques actually working?
Yeah, I think there was one player who, had been facing these challenges on the pitch throughout the whole season. And I think it was, and it was to the point where one mistake could mean that, she would just lose focus for the rest of the game. So, and over time, since you joined, I just caught myself watching her play and realizing that she actually doesn't focus on mistakes anymore, and she just gets on with it, and she focuses more on how to perform at her best every week. I think it's given her a lot of consistency in her performances, and that's when I thought, oh, this is where the consistency is coming from. It's not because she got better at football, but it wasn't really that. It was more she's got better at her mental performance and the things that she does off the pitch, or things that she does before the game, or the way she thinks throughout the game has probably changed, and now she's a better footballer.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. And the ripple effect of having a better footballer who isn't losing concentration or focus or getting upset so much on the pitch for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I can imagine is widespread.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was I think that was a big turning point. And I think when you're in a team environment, it's also important that you have I suppose like a role model who's gone through it and done it and improved. And it's almost an example that you can use for the rest of the team to show how important it is to work on that side of the game. And I think you've probably picked up a lot more players since you worked with that player in the reserves team, just because the players around her could see the difference that you were making by working with her. So yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, no, that's lovely to hear. And okay, so what would you say to someone, Tim, maybe if who's considering doing this mental game work, or maybe on the fence slightly? What would you say to them? What advice would you give them?
I think I'll probably say what I say to my players, and it's when you get the chance to do that side of work, when you've got a professional in your team or in your environment where you actually get a chance to work on that side of the game, do it. I think it's a privilege. I don't think every club can say that they've got a professional who can help athletes mentally, especially at this level. We're sort of on the break between being semi-pro, pro, and we're all volunteers. So at this level, if you get that opportunity, just take it. I think it's not always easy to open up and go and do that work. I think if you can, just try and push yourself towards doing it. Open up about why you don't want to do it. Maybe that could help. I think it's helped in the past. But it will improve you as an athlete. It doesn't matter what sport you're playing, or it doesn't matter if you're playing sport at all. I think could be outside of sport. It's not always sport. I think it will just improve your results. Whatever you're doing, it'll just improve your results by, even if it's by 5, 10, 15, 20%, but it will make a huge difference long term, I think, in how you deal with challenges, the stress, whether that's on the pitch or at work. So yeah, I think it's something that's opened my eyes massively as well. It's now spoken about all the time, but I don't think you realize the effect until you see someone make that effect on a player or someone you work with. So yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, thank you, Tim. I really appreciate taking the time to do this.
It's okay.